Don't miss CCGCastle.com, best place for Pokemon trading card game. You can find singles for standard, legacy, or expanded format, sealed products like booster box, teams, team decks. With TCG Center 5 code, you will get 5% discount on your purchase. Check video description or visit CCG Castle. Hello and welcome to Pokemon TCG Center. Today we'll be looking at another deck, and this one is a Mega Alakazam Trevenant Break. So if you're not familiar with this deck, um, I'm sure that somebody tried to play it, but this is my version of Mega Alakazam and Trevenant Break. So basically, a lot of people just play a pure Trevenant Break deck. So I decided to add 2 copies of Mega Alakazam just so I can have a backup supporter attacker. So I can basically try to finish the game by knocking out those huge EXs with a lot of HP. So Zen Force can hit for 10 plus 30 for each damage counter on Pokemon that is actually in the active spot. Alakazam EX with Kinesis actually says that when you play it, when you want to evolve Mega Alakazam from that Alakazam EX, you can put 2 damage counters on your opponent's active and 3 to opponent's benched Pokemon any way you like. Also, Trevenant Break, pretty much no need to talk much about it. Silent Fear, put 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon, and of course I'm combining this with 1 Nervous Seed and 3 Forest Curse Trevenants. For support I have 2 Shaymin EX for the setup. From item cards, as you can see, I have 36 trainer cards and 8 energies. Let's just talk a little bit about energies. I'm running 8 basic energies. Just to say that I cannot play Mystery Energies online because I have some issues. When I want to play Mystery Energy online, randomly cards disappeared on my screen, so that's the reason why I'm not playing them. But in the real world, I would like to play 5 Psychic Basic and 3 Mystery Energies, so I can actually have free retreat on my, 1 retreat cost on my Trevenants and free retreat on my Mega Alakazam. Also, playing 2 Battle Compressors, search your deck for up to 3 cards and discard them. Battle Compressor definitely good because I can discard any of these supporter cards that you can see right here, and I'm playing a lot of different supporter cards. But also it a lot helps you to have Wally turn 1 with the Versus Seeker into a Trevenant. 1 Escape Rope, definitely good card. You never know when you need it. 1 copy of Starlight Megaphone. Discard all Pokemon tool cards attached to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Super Rope, so you can actually put 3 cards, 3 Pokemon or basic energies in combination back into your deck. 3 copies of Trainer's Mail. Running 4 Ultra Balls, definitely good because with Ultra Ball I can pretty much grab any Pokemon, also Shaymin for the setup. 4 Versus Seeker. From supporter cards, I'm playing 1 Ace Trainer. If I can get Knockout, I can just put my opponent down to 3 cards. Let's say if it's gonna happen turn 1, I can just cut it down to 3. AZ, so I can remove Shaymins. Hex Maniac against I don't know. Maybe you never know when you need Hex Maniac. It's good to have Hex Maniac even if you play Trevenant. Trust me, sometimes you're going to attack with your Mega Alakazam EX, for example, those Greninja breaks, and Hex Maniac can help you a lot in this matchup. 1 copy of Lysander, 2 copies of N, and 4 copies of Professor Sycamore. I also running 1 Skyla, just because I can use it to search my deck for any tool card or any item card. But if I don't have supporter card for drop, I can just play Skyla for Ultra Ball and grab my Shaymin EX, but also can help you to find that Spirit Link. 3 Wallies, 3 copies of Dimension Wally. I need to have 3 copies minimum. 2 Alakazam Spirit Links, 1 Floatstone, and 8 energies in total. So if you're looking for any of these cards, you can find them on CCGCastle.com as usual. You can find the link in my video description, and if you're planning to buy any of these, you can use TCG Center 5 code. You can redeem it and get 5% discount on your purchase. So let's move to some game tests so you can actually see this deck in action. So I want the coin flip and I can actually go first. By going first, I can set up that item lock on my turn 1. And if that happens, I can actually prevent my opponent from playing item cards, which can be definitely a big problem for my opponent. So there is a Ultra Ball, so it looks like I'm going to discard 1 Trevenant and Escape Rope. After that, I'm going to play that volley so I can evolve into my Trevenant. So there is a Trevenant. I'm going to attach the Floatstone so I can actually have free retreat. Shaman for 4 cards. One more Phantom, 1 energy card. For the next turn, I guess I can play Trevenant Break, which is definitely good. And I can also go with a N. But before I decide to go with N, maybe I could go with the Ultra Ball. But I'm just thinking about playing another Trevenant and Trevenant Break, so that would be definitely a very good start for me. On the other side, we have Kamrup TX, who can hit for a lot of energies. On the other side, my opponent depends on those item cards. If he's not going first, then he can find himself in a huge trouble. So there's a Trevenant and a Trevenant Break, and maybe I can even hit a Sycamore instead of that N. So I don't even need to give my opponent a fresh hand, I can just give myself 7 new cards. Looking maybe for Ultra Ball for that Alakazam. No sign of it, so at least I can grab Dimension Volley and play it. 1 energy to my another Trevenant, and this is going to be Silent Fear. Silent Fear for only 30. Let's see if he can expand something on his bench. So this is almost perfect start for me. Pretty much I don't have any Alakazam yet in the play, but I hope I can grab one next turn. There's a Shaman for additionally 2 cards. Let's see what he can find. I mean, once that Kamrupt is able to knock out my Pokemon, like Trevenant Break, if I don't have another Trevenant in play, I can find myself in huge trouble. Kamrupt is good because it can use Explosive Jet and discard any energy, any fire energy from any Pokemon you have in play, so definitely Kamrupt is a strong attacker. So there's a Trampoline attack for 60. I just found that Alakazam, a single energy that I can attach on it. And I will definitely attach 1 energy onto my Alakazam. I don't actually need that Super Road, so let's just go with Ultra Ball for 1 more Alakazam if I have it. Yes, I have, but I only have 1 Alakazam Mega and only 1 Mega Spirit Link left. So Sycamore for the fresh 7. This is going to be another Phantom, another Spirit Link, and just another... oh. Typically me, I don't watch on that stadium, and I cannot attack. This turn, basically, I do a little misplay right there. Let's just go with the Battle Compressor, and let's see. I can discard Skyla, Wooly, Hex. Let's see. Yes, Skyla and a Hex Maniac. I misplay that Stadium card, but never mind. Never mind. It's enough even when I play Mega Alakazam. I can just free retreat and knock out his Kamrupt. So there is a Miltank that just came into play. Miltank is definitely powerful, especially when you have Stage 2 Pokemon in play. It can hit for 1 energy, with 1 energy for like 80 or 100 if you have Muscle Band. On the other side, if he gets heads again, that Tumbling attack can hit me for 60 more damage. It's a lot of damage counters. But again, as I said, I can just free retreat next turn into my Mega Alakazam. Oh, I actually cannot attack with it without energy card, but luckily I just found one. So, Mega Alakazam. 3 damage counters down to that Shaniacs. I'm looking for another Professor Sycamore. Before I do that, let's just play one more Trevenant. I'm down to like 9 cards already. So there is second Trevenant break. I don't have yet Dimension Wally. Right now I have it. The question is, do I want to go with a Silent Fear again? Or with another round of Alakazam? Let's knock out his Camrupt with Zen Force. So it's 160 damage. Enough for the knockout. Next turn I can just easily retreat. Since I have 1 retreat cost, I can retreat. Or I can even play AZ, so I can scoop my Alakazam into my hand and evolve my second Alakazam. So I can actually put 2 damage counters on Miltank. But again, it would not be enough for the knockout, since in that case I would be 10 damage short. I also have Versus Seeker for any kind of supporter card I actually need. But I'm still thinking like the best option probably would be to go with AZ. And there is Lysander onto my Trevenant with the Nervous Seed. Luckily, again, I have that AZ, so I can just remove it from the play. So this is going to be a AZ. I already played that. Escape Rope. And this is going to be another round of Trevenant break. Is anyone going to get energy card? Well, I can attach one to my Mega Alakazam. So Silent Fear for 30 and 30 down to Shamian. Pretty much this is a GG, I would say. So from this point, that item lock on turn 1 was definitely crucial for my opponent. He was not able to play Ultra Balls for another Shaymin and stuff like that. So pretty much it's hard to recover from that situation. And again, I can just free retreat down to my Mega Alakazam, and I can just use Zen Force to knock out that Shaymin just in case he tried to Sky Return. There's no chance that he can do that. 2 extra price for me. Wally and another Mega Alakazam. Alright. Really good. So that's pretty much GG. Alright, so pretty much all I really need to do is use one more time Zen Force, or if he tried to bench down one of his Shaymins, maybe I can just Lysander it and win the game. Okay, there's a Ultra Ball. At least he can play items right now. This is a Camrupt. Okay. And a Blacksmith for 2 energies. And Floatstone. Will there be a Shaymin? No, just retreat and a Muscle Band. So yeah, pretty much templing attack for 50. There is second Mega Alakazam. Yes, please. Spread some more damage. And let's hit for... Well, let's give us our opponent 1 copy of M, or maybe not. Let's just finish this with a Zen Force. Next turn he's knocked it out. So basically, in this situation, if I had that Mystery Energy on my Mega Alakazam, I would be able just to free retreat onto my Trevenant and again prevent my opponent from playing item cards. But since this online version have some problems when I play it, I just don't have it in my deck. Alright, so this is pretty much GG, so let's try to play one more game before we get... Alright, so let's go with the game number 2. Let's wish our opponent good luck. So this time my opponent is going first, and I'm opening with my Phantom, double energies in my hand, and a Shaman for the setup, following all this with a Battle Compressor and Dimension Wally. So I can say not the perfect start, because I don't have Ultra Ball, so I can actually expand a little bit more cards and one extra Pokemon, but it's still good. Actually, I can play Battle Compressor, I can play one Psychic Energy and Dimension Wally, so that's the 3 cards. Shaman for 3 cards, depend on what I can top deck. On the other side, my opponent started with a Miltank with the powerful friends, and there's a first Ultra Ball with for a Togekiss and Professor Sycamore. So Togekiss with the Siren Grace, if you're not familiar with this ability. It says when you play your Togekiss from your hand to evolve Togetic, you can look at the top 8 cards and put as many energies as you find there on your Pokemons in play on any way you like. Okay, and it's just broken and it just happened. And I guess I can't complain on that, but the previous hand was definitely much better than this was. And there is a Super Road for that Togekiss, so he just put it back into his deck. And he plays another round of the Shaman, so this is definitely good for me. As much Shamans as he played, the more damage actually I can do with my Trevenant break on them, actually. So I need like a 4 round of attack, or maybe just 3 rounds of Trevenant break attack and 2 Mega Alakazams, and 2 Shaman DX can fall down and I can just draw 4 prizes. But in that case, that M can just be crucial. So I need to be very cautious about that. So there's a 1 Togepi on his bench. Alright, let's play the Trainer's Mail. Really nice. There is a Ultra Ball. I'm going to attach 1 energy to my Phantom in the active spot. I'm going to play like a Escape Rope and Energy. Ultra Ball for Alakazam EX, I guess. So I can actually start to apply some pressure down to those Shamans. There is a Shaman EX for 4. Come on, you can't be so bad. Skyla for, I guess, Battle Compressor. Yeah, I mean, I need Battle Compressor. I would actually like to grab one of my Spirit Links, but I need to play that Battle Compressor just because I have Versus Seeker in my hand. Yeah, Battle Compressor for Ace Trainer. Let me see. I need to play that N definitely. So N. Ace Trainer, and let's go with a Hex Maniac. So I'm going to play N next turn. And also I'm going to evolve into my Trevenant break next turn, if my opponent actually not playing the N. So right now he can't play those item cards, which is good. So I actually managed to item lock him if he cannot retreat with that Miltank. He cannot knock me out. I mean, maximum damage he can do is 100 with the powerful friends. This was a Professor Sycamore, so he already played 3 Professor Sycamores, and there's a Scorchy Dirt. Scorchy Dirt is really good card because it can actually help you to draw 2 extra cards if you discard one of your fire or fighting energies from your hand. And basically, there is still no Togetic in play. Togetic. But there's another Cambrute and 1 fire energy for 2 extra cards. Powerful friends only for 30, so I guess I'm good for now. There is Trevenant break and a Versus Seeker for that M. and I don't want to take risk. I just want to attach that second energy before I end my opponent, because if I don't get energy or dimension volley and I get both, I would not be able to play my Silent Fear. And once again, I know where to play this Super Road. I even think, tricky situation. But let's remove that Scorchy Dirt just because he can get some acceleration with it. And this is going to be Tree Slam or Silent Fear. Let's just better go with Silent Fear. There's a Togepi and a Miltank, but actually I can knock out at least one Pokemon, maybe in a theory next turn. Let's see, 26 cards left on my opponent deck, so more less than a half deck. So he don't have supporter card, which is good. Definitely good. Let me see what I can find with the Trainer's Mail. Not bad. Ultra Ball, I can use that. I can use my Ultra Ball. I can play right here Ultra Ball for Lysander and Energy card. And I guess I can even go with the Shaymin EX. Before I play Shaymin, I can just get rid of my Super Road. And I maybe get knockout on that Camerupt if it's possible. I'm going to see that. There is a Shaymin EX. But I'm not sure if it's a smart to do that. Another Trevenant. One energy to my Alakazam, and I can play Skyla, so I can actually grab that Spirit Link for the next turn. Alright, so I can prepare my Mega Alakazam for a huge knockout. And let's just go with Silent Fear. Next turn I can go with the Tree Slam actually. So I knocked out that Togepi. That was the biggest threat. Basically, without Togeki's, he cannot accelerate his Pokemons in play. And yeah, pretty much he can play Blacksmith always for 2 additional energies and use Explosive Jet to knock out my Trevenant Break. But then I can just respond with my Mega Alakazam and knock out his Camerupt TX. Yeah, but that Togeki's was huge non-play for my opponent. Basically, there is Camerupt with 4 energies and another a round of Powerful Friends. I just updeck Wally. There is a Mega Alakazam, so who is going to take 3 damage? Basically Shaymin, so I can grab 2 prizes right now. This is going to be another round of Wally for another Trevenant Break, just to have it as a backup attacker. I'm going to attach 1 energy to my Mega Alakazam, so I can actually next turn try to finish this game with my Mega Alakazam by knocking out one of his Camerupts, or I can just even knock out any of his Shaymin with my Trevenant Break. But I probably expect Camerupt massive explosion right now, and actually maybe even N, so I can even go down to 2 cards. Oh, there's a Bridget, so there is no N, and basically this is a GG. This is going to be GG, and I mean, I have 2 energies on my Mega Alakazam, so anyway, it really doesn't matter what my opponent can do. I cannot retreat yet, but I can try to find either way Floatstone or 1 extra energy, so there is a energy. Oh, but I totally forgot that I can even knockout that shaming, but never mind. Let's just finish with a Zen Force. So once again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. So once again, I will show you my full deck list for this Mega Alakazam deck. So if you're looking to build it, definitely you can use this deck list for support. And yeah, this was pretty much all for today's video. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like it and enjoy watching it, or dislike button if you don't like it. Let me know what you think about this deck list. Would you like to change something in it? Did you try to play this deck? And yeah, pretty much that's all. So until the next time, have a nice day. See you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Have a nice day and goodbye.